So how was The Princess Bride? It's not great. Wait, let me explain. I love this film. It's just it has a lot of issues that keep it from being great. See, while the characters are fun and extremely entertaining to watch, there are long stretches where nothing happens, and the plot just sort of isn't there. The film is comprised of 100 mediocre moments and 12 fantastic moments, but those moments stick with us, tricking us into thinking it's better than it really is. Heck, it worked on me. I submitted a directing project based on the Trial of Wits a while back. It's certainly a cult classic and certainly worth a watch, but I don't know. Upon a second viewing, the problems really stand out. So with that in mind, let's talk about what they did right. First off, let's talk about the characters. The characters in this film are great. They all range from being completely goofy to nonchalant at the weirdest moments to completely serious with some really dramatic and touching moments, especially with Inigo Montoya. That last scene with him is probably one of the best scenes in cinema. In general, there are no bad characters in this film. It's just a matter of picking amongst the best. The standouts, of course, are Inigo Montoya, Vizzini, and Wesley at times, although he becomes kind of bland at points. Of course, one of the biggest draws to this film are its moments and its quotes, and everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that. Quotes like, "I am not left-handed. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. He's only mostly dead." And of course,
"You fell for one of the biggest blunders! The most well-known is never get involved in a land war in Asia, but only slightly less well-known is this! Never going against a Sicilian when death is on the line!"
Princess Bride is a film that's hard not to love, mainly because of these quotes and these moments. Objectively, I can say the film is not great, but deep down, despite that, I still love it, and it's still one of my favorite films. That being said, there are some issues. So let's talk about what they did wrong. So let's talk about the plot. It's simplistic, and I think that might be a little bit too giving of a term. The plot is save the girl, then they save the girl, and then nothing happens for about 30 minutes, and then the plot is save the girl again. The plot is just not there. It's there to serve the characters, which works in its favor. This film is all about the characters and the moments the characters have. That's the strength of this film. That being said, there is a spot in the middle where nothing happens. All the characters are just sort of meandering about until we get to the second plot. Something like that in a film today would be unforgivable. You can't have 20 minutes of nothing going on. But because it's Princess Bride, we give it a pass. And that's the thing about The Princess Bride. For every one great moment and great scene, there's about a dozen mediocre, boring scenes. We don't remember them a lot of times because those great moments stick out in our mind more than the lousy moments. But those lousy moments are there and they become very apparent once you rewatch the film, which is why it's impossible for me to say this is a great film, because it's not. It's a very fun, very quotable, but very flawed film. So to wrap up, I was told to make myself a little clearer in my rating system. So with that in mind, my final rating for this film is, it's a fun if not perfect time that I would recommend to anyone. But if you have a poor attention span, just watch the YouTube highlights. Out of 5 stars.